Hey Yorba Linda, have you been trying to get into shape, but maybe you're trying to do it at home and just don't have the motivation, or you're intimidated by those bigger gyms because you don't know how to use the machine and you feel like you need a personal trainer? Or have you been working out, but you wish there was a way to get real-time results to see how well you're doing and if you're beating your old records? Well, then today's the episode for you. So on today's Small Business Spotlight, I'm sitting down with Simone, who is the owner of the SmartFit method in Yorba Linda, and we're gonna go over her background, how she came to own the SmartFit method, what the SmartFit method actually is, and on today's episode, we're gonna be doing things a little bit differently. So to better explain it, because there is so much technology involved, I'm actually doing the workout myself, so at the end of the episode, you'll see me go through a workout and you see exactly what you do when you go in for your first free lesson. So if you're interested in getting in better shape in 2024, you're not going to want to miss this episode. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay everybody, so welcome back to the show. So today I'm here with Simone from the SmartFit method in Yorba Linda. Simone, thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for welcoming me into this beautiful place of yours.
Yeah, of course. We're happy to have you.
Absolutely. So the first question I always have is, before we get into the actual business itself, tell me a little bit about yourself before you got into this business.
Okay. So I've been in Yorba Linda about 7 years. Okay. I'm a mom. I have 2 boys.
How old are they?
Travis Ranch. So my youngest one is 13. He's at Travis Ranch Middle. And then my older son is at Esperanza High, and he's 15. He's a sophomore.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you've been here 7 years. Where were you before then?
We were in Santa Clarita for quite a bit. That's where the boys were born and all that, in Santa Clarita, California. And we loved it there, but I hope to never leave Yorba Linda. I absolutely love it here. So yeah, and I was a health coach before opening this business for a few years, and that's actually how I learned about some of the equipment that we have in here and kind of got interested in opening this facility. So
growing up, were you always into fitness, or is that something that came later on? When did that really start?
I would say that I was an active kid, but I don't think that like riding bikes and climbing trees counts as like physical fitness, you know? I started weightlifting in high school, so I lettered in girls weightlifting in high school, and I've just kind of always been active, I guess. Okay. Yeah.
So that kind of brings us into the SmartFit method. So can you explain to people who have never been in here before what it is and maybe how it's different from going to a standard gym?
Yeah, of course. So at the SmartFit method, we're using the cutting edge of fitness technology. So this is stuff that normally you would see in athletes, like gym facilities, or like a lot of celebrities use this stuff in their homes. And we brought it here so everybody can use it. And we pair it, so it's AI technology that we're using in a lot of this equipment, which is amazing because it's just so efficient. You know, our workouts are 20 minutes. And that's because of the AI, the efficiency in it. So we pair all of that with a personal trainer. So we're really working on a safe, effective, efficient workout. You're in, you're out. It's hard to conceptualize if you've never done it.
Here before.
Yeah, but it's boutique. It's really a small gym. We don't have more than 6 people in here at a time. And it's very white glove. My staff takes amazing care of our members.
So when you walk in here, you basically have someone kind of helping you out, watching the machine with you. So it's like having a personal trainer when you're going to the gym, plus a bunch of technology to make sure you're working out as efficiently as possible, I'm guessing, and kind of work in the right areas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then in terms of how long people usually kind of start this process and start seeing results, is it usually immediate? With most fitness, it's not, obviously, but when they start working out here, how often do you recommend them coming in? Like once a week, 10 times a week, or how often?
So with a membership, you do get unlimited access to the gym, so you can come in 7 times a week if you want to, but most people don't want to. But we do recommend a minimum of 3 times a week.
3 times
so
a week?
So we kind of call those like our foundational workouts. So we're getting our body moving, and we're you have to have the right amount of stimulus to
Yeah.
get the effect that you want,
Yep.
right? So a minimum of 3 times a week, but if you want to make it in a little extra, that's great.
Okay. And so they're 20-minute workouts, so you can pretty much be in and out within a half hour usually, I'm guessing, is
Yeah,
kind of what the
definitely.
goal is on there. So that's obviously going to be appealing to a lot of people that are busy, that are doing things. Now, in terms of when they can come in, what are your hours so people wanted to stop by?
We're open Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., and then
Okay.
on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay. And then also to be able to get a little bit better concept of exactly what this is, I'm going to be going through this whole thing as well. We're going to video it, so hopefully we'll explain a little bit more as well to make it a little bit easier to understand how unique this place is. So we'll go into that video in a second. But before that, the last question that I always want to ask is why Yorba Linda? So why did you choose to open this inside Yorba Linda?
Well, like I said, I've been here 7 years, and I absolutely love Yorba Linda. I never want to leave. You know, I love the community here. Yeah, I just love it.
about
This
it,
is
yeah.
like a little slice of heaven. I feel like we're in this little secret place that is, it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
And so as soon as I knew I wanted to open this business, I started looking immediately
Around here.
in Yorba Linda.
Okay, and I can kind of see that just from being here briefly. I'm seeing everybody talking to each other, people walking in, knowing each other, and that's kind of the same feel that most of the businesses that I'm interviewing have, where you can kind of know your neighbor. It's a small town feel, but
Yeah.
you still have all the amenities you need in here, and it's not as busy as someplace in Central Orange County as well. So.
Right, yeah, definitely.
Okay, perfect. Well, again, we're gonna go ahead and get into the actual workout portion of this. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll wrap it up at the end. So let's go ahead and get into that.
All right, so just start with the legal stuff.
All right.
Don't throw your back out for me.
Yeah.
Okay, confirm that. So we're gonna do 2 movements here,
Okay.
and then we'll do 1 movement over there on the Omni, so you can kind of get a feel for both. So I'm going to start. Okay, so these first 2 movements,
Okay.
we're gonna do 2, but I just want you to do these at 30%.
Okay.
Because I just want you to kind of get a feel for
What
what we're doing before we actually do it.
Makes sense.
So when I press start, it'll give you a 5-second, or actually first it'll move this into you to that beginning position, then it'll
Okay.
give you a 5-second countdown.
Okay.
At the end of that countdown, you're gonna push it away from you, really driving through the heels.
Okay.
So you'll push it away, we're just doing 30%, and then as it starts to come back, you're gonna resist it on the way back.
Okay.
So you're working in both the
Okay.
concentric and eccentric. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay. So don't push yet. There you go, drive through the heels. Go ahead and stop, you have a 5-second break.
Okay.
And then we'll do that one more time, just at 30%. So you kind of get the idea of the equipment, right? It's not spring loaded. If you were to take your feet off, it's not going to come and like smack you in the face or anything.
Nice. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Last drive, drive, drive. There you go. Good job. Resist it. Don't let it come back.
Got me.
Yeah. So you can see with just 6 reps in this with this piece of equipment, you've gone to failure. I mean, do you think you could do 6 more?
No.
Heck no.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And so in the concentric portion, you were pushing 512 pounds, and then eccentric, you were resisting 532 pounds. The intensity is exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And then output is the total number of weight that you move through the 6 movements.
Okay.
And then this is a really important number here, these inroads. So that's literally, we're saying you are 29% weaker at the end.
Yeah.
So by the time you started.
Okay.
And so we really, that's what we're looking for. Because that
Gotcha.
means now we've torn down the muscles, we've broken them down, which is how we get that adaptation to grow muscle, right? Okay, so we're gonna do a row here next. We'll set the positions for that. So sit up nice and straight for me. There you go.
All right.
Nice job. Okay, so concentrically, you were pulling 144, and then eccentrically, you were resisting that 169.
Okay.
So really good.
Very cool.
We'll go to the Omni. Oh, and I will just kind of point this out, but each time you come in, it keeps all the last workouts.
Okay.
And so you have green means that you beat your last score basically, and then the yellow means that you didn't.
Okay.
So you can you get to use that as a metric every time. Like basically, you're always trying to beat yourself.
Yep.
Which is awesome. We're gonna do the same thing, 6 reps, 5-second break. And then, so on this one, you're gonna press to the center and then resist on the way back.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. It's moving your positions. Like I said, this is cable driven, so you'll notice that there is a little stabilizing that you're gonna have to do. There you go. And then resist it on the way back. Perfect. And breathe.
Don't forget to breathe.
Don't forget to breathe. Yeah. Take a deep breath during that 5-second count. How's it feel?
Good.
Yeah? And feel the pecs, the chest. But because we're really, those big muscles, we kind of wear them out quickly. And then so you'll notice you're having to use a lot of those little stabilizing muscles to complete the exercise.
Yep.
So, you really, we have people that will come in with a lot of joint pain or even frozen shoulder, and then all of a sudden they're not having that pain. And it's because we've built up all these little stabilizing muscles around those joints. There you go.
All right.
Nice work. Whew. So for everybody's first time, we try not to kill them, so we do the 3 movements.
Okay.
But then once you're a member, it's 7 movements that you'll come and do between the 2. You kind of leave I always feel like, okay, I need something to eat now. Yeah.
Head on up to Stefano's next door to get some food.
Yeah, there you go. Stefano's, I love it. They have a great salmon salad.
Yeah. And then 2 other questions actually. So age range, which is best in terms of people coming here? So like I said, this equipment is being used for elite level athletes. Okay. With that being said, our demographic, what we're doing here is we're really that 40 and up group, right? Okay. First of all, you're sick of going to the gym and dealing with the 20-year-olds taking selfies. And you're not quite ready for the YMCA's chair class, right? There has to be something in between. And that's really what we're doing. So because it's so easy on the joints, and like I was saying, it even can improve joint pain because it's so safe, because we're all busy at this age and we just want something fast, So that's the 40 and up crowd is really, those are my people. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, perfect. And then what other machines? So you have these 2 machines here. I see you have a breathing cycle machine as well. What is that used for? So that is our stationary bike, but this one, Carol is her name, and she is AI driven as well. So she's learning you through 18 different data points in your first 3 rides with her, and then she builds the perfect workout for you. Gotcha. There's no way for you to adjust the resistance. Carol's got it does everything for you.
Yes, she does it. And we are throwing the oxygen on that, and so right now we're breathing about 21% oxygen, and we're putting 90% oxygen on you. Yeah. It's great for fat oxidation, recovery, just muscle recovery, all that extra oxygen circulating in your blood. Yeah. And then also amazing for brain health. Okay. They actually did a study on this exercise modality where afterwards, for 3 days, people had 18% better cognition. Oh, wow. Okay. Which is amazing. But what we do is we take you apoxic for a minute.
Okay.
So you're at 90% oxygen. We take you down to 14% oxygen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is after those first 3 rides, so
Yeah.
you can get used to everything before we go stealing
Yeah.
oxygen.
Yeah.
But what that does is it creates this environment in your body then in that minute of being apoxic where every cell is looking for oxygen. So
Yeah.
everything kind of opens up.
Okay.
And then when you go back to 90, the oxygen uptake is just, it's so high.
Okay.
You know, and so
Yeah.
we're kind of doubling down on that fat oxidation and doubling down on that recovery.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And then I see you have one more machine here too, more like a sit-down, like a cycle machine. What is that
Yeah.
one used for?
So that is actually built, that's our Vasper, built
Okay.
in conjunction with NASA.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I don't know if recently even there was a guy that came back from outer space
Yep.
and they had to carry him off of the shuttle because they're so deconditioned. So NASA had to find a way to get these guys, build their muscle back up. They couldn't put them on a treadmill, they couldn't put a weight in their hand, and this is what they came up with.
Okay.
So it's on the New Step platform, which kind of looks like a seated elliptical almost. And that's in like a lot of spinal recovery centers, so it's no impact on your joints at all. Then NASA put a cooling factor, so we're keeping 45-degree water circulating in multiple parts of this machine to keep your body cold. So we're reducing inflammation, we're keeping your heart rate lower, so we can keep you at more of like a zone 2.
Okay.
And then blood flow restriction training. So we have these, they look like pressure cuffs, so we put them on the big muscles around your legs and then around your arms. And what that does is it actually tells your brain, it builds up lactic acid, right? So you get this quick buildup of lactic acid, which tells your brain like, oh, they've torn up a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
And then your brain releases IGF-1, human growth factor. And that is amazing for repair. So we've got guys like the MLB with all those repetitive use injuries that they get. They're using these to recover and get back on the field weeks faster.
Okay.
So, and it's amazing. It balances hormones.
Yeah.
It builds muscle, and it's 21 minutes. You know,
Gotcha.
I mean, you really can't beat it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then last question I have is, when people come in here, are you creating the workouts for them? Are they choosing what they want to do? How does that work when they come in here?
So the SmartFit method is a protocol, right?
Okay.
So depending on your fitness level, it's kind of built out for you, and then as you get better, we adjust, right?
Okay.
So now, we see this looks a little bit too easy for you. We're going to bump things
Try
up,
something else.
and nobody likes that, but we do it anyways. Yeah.
So depending on how often you come here, it would kind of basically determine what machines you're using, which exercises you're doing based on that. Okay.
Yeah.
And the final question I have is, what is at the front? That space age machine, I got to know about it.
So that's our biocharger. So this is an amazing recovery tool. So basically, if you look at it, you see the base there is got PEMF, so it's pulse electronic magnetic frequency. You kind of see it looks like a Tesla coil there at the top, and that's exactly what it's doing. It's emitting electricity.
Okay.
Then you have a light frequency and a sound frequency, and then in those little tubes is noble gases.
Okay.
So basically, it's like recreating Earth's atmosphere, but in this little 6-foot bubble.
Okay.
So sitting by the biocharger for 15 minutes is like being in nature for 4 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we're all definitely not getting enough time in nature.
That's for sure.
So it just helps. And a lot of clients will come, and after their workout, we'll make them an espresso, and they will sit by the biocharger, and you just feel good. You get up and you feel good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for all this, and everybody out there, if you haven't already come in to try them out, I suggest coming in. The first class is free, correct?
Yes, yeah.
First class is free, so come in, check it out, see if you like it. It's convenient, it's easy. There's a lot of great help here. You basically have a personalized trainer that adapts with you every single time you're here. So if you're thinking of trying to get fit, make sure you come and check this place out. So thanks again for joining me today.
Yeah.
And everybody, until next week, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the next show. Bye, everyone.